Hey guys, Daniel here. I always do that when I start my videos. I don't know why. Daniel here, and welcome to an episode or another episode of Everything Tea. I don't know if that's the name of the episode or whatnot, but you know what I mean. So today we're talking about the very basic, what is tea? It's a beverage we hear a lot about. Is it this British prestigious beverage? Is it this Zen Chinese beverage? What is tea? So a lot of people have not fallen in love with tea as they have with coffee simply because we don't know too much about it. So we're hoping that with these videos, we can educate you on what tea is, how to make the best cup, factors surrounding the taste that you enjoy or not so much, and just really keep you educated and in the loop about tea. Okay guys, so let's dive right in. What is tea? Tea in its simplicity is from the evergreen shrub, from a genus Camellia. That's kind of its scientific name. Its full name is Camellia Sinensis. Now, that is a term that if you know a little bit about tea, you hear Camellia Sinensis as being the tea leaf. Now, it's very important to understand that there are a couple varieties of the Camellia Sinensis. Now, I don't want to get too technical and lose you, but when we're talking Chinese teas, we're talking the variety Camellia Sinensis var. Sinensis. When we're talking teas from India and a lot of the British colonized countries and places in the world, we're talking the Camellia Sinensis var. Assamica, or variety Assamica. Now, although they come from the same family, those two leaves have very different characteristics and taste. So it's important to kind of know and learn over time to distinctly taste, is this from the variety Sinensis or is this from the variety Assamica? If you're having an orange Pecco, or not a Darjeeling, sorry, if you're having a Ceylon black tea, you are enjoying the var. Assamica. If you're having, for instance, say Longjin or a Bailuchan, a Chinese green tea, you are having the variety Sinensis. So learning how to distinctly differentiate. Now, it doesn't mean that there is no Sinensis in India, because that's what Darjeeling is. It just means that typically those two varieties are in different parts of the world and they have different tastes that we fall in love with. The Western world, so us here in Canada, in the US, we have grown more accustomed to the taste of the variety Assamica. Okay, so that's all the technical news I'm going to do as far as what tea is. But in its basic form, I always like to say tea is one leaf, from the Camellia Sinensis, but processed differently to determine what type of tea it's going to be. There are 6 main types of tea: white tea, yellow tea, green tea, oolong tea, black tea, and pu'er. So today I'm only going to focus on what you might be more familiar with, which is white tea, green tea, oolong, and black tea. And what makes them different? It's really the amount of oxidation or that they're given to. So for instance, the least amount of oxidation would be found in a white tea. The most amount of oxidation or aging would be found in a black tea. I always use the example of an apple. You bite into the apple, and the part that you bite, it's going to be white. Leave that same apple in the air long enough and let that air start breaking down those chemicals. That's called oxidation. Eventually, that part that you bit that's white is going to turn brown. Tea works the exact same way. It starts here, and as it oxidizes, ends up here, which is your black tea. That's kind of what tea is. Now, we can get really intricate to, where it's grown and all that, and we'll do that in other episodes. But I really just want to give that backbone of what is tea? What is this actual plant, and why is it different from every other plant? One of the really cool things about tea is that even though it is one plant variety, it can be made so many different ways. Now, you don't see that with every plant. For instance, peppermint. Now, I'm no peppermint enthusiast, but I think peppermint is just peppermint, right? You probably have spearmint. I'm not even gonna go there. But tea could be made so many different ways, so many different terroirs, so many different growing patterns and characteristics to make us enjoy a different experience every time. So hopefully if you didn't know any of those facts about tea, now you know. If you don't know, now you know. I'm gonna end this episode. Anyways, thank you for joining me, guys. Stay tuned. There's gonna be a lot more episodes for you to learn more about tea. I wanna send a special shout out to Uptown by Van Dyke, who sponsored us this beautiful space to shoot these videos. Check out their developments that they are currently working on. Visit iloveuptown.com, and happy sipping, guys. Today and tomorrow begin with tea.